Captain Eli Yastrib's log. Today's drop could make or break our entire company. We have been sent on a mission by the Lyran Commonwealth against Comstar itself, the premier forces of space AT&T. If word of this gets out, we could see ourselves barred from travel between planets, which would effectively doom the company's mobility and profits. Therefore, we can leave no survivors and no word of our mission. Commensurate with the extreme risk is an extreme reward, and we can select 5 pieces of salvage in addition to a large payday. That's enough to put an entire mech online at once. Time to knuckle down and get it done. So the exact mission type is coded as a blackout, which those of you who have completed the standard campaign of Battletech should recognize. It's a familiar map, at least that's all I'll say for right now. We have refitted and changed 2 of the mechs in the company, and those are sort of as follows. We have a Hunchback that has replaced our Whitworth and has salvaged, well, scavenged more like, the clan tech from that mech's loadout. And then we also have a Hunchback 4J, which is heavily modified and basically doesn't resemble the 4J configuration, with 6 extra range medium lasers and double streak SRM4, of course all clan gear, and it's able to move at 7 on the walk and 10 on the sprint, which is quite an accomplishment for that chassis. So, we first have to investigate a supply cache with 2 mechs, and by the way, the other one is the Jenner that we just saw, but I'll go into that loadout a bit more when we get into combat. There it is. It's close enough. Ping garrison on tight beam. Ping sent and confirmed. Very good. Alright, now we have to move out the second supply cache, and that should be at the top of the hill. Now, what I want to do is I want to keep us from getting too spread out, and that means we'll be having a little bit of slow going just for right now, because the Blood Asp is a bit slower than everything else. So let's regroup right here, and then we'll move on up the hill. So that shouldn't be too bad. Kit Fox, of course, in the back does have his Gauss Rifle and ER Medium. I'm not terribly thrilled with that mech as time goes on, so we'll see what we can do. And let's get the Blood Asp going up the hill. We should have contacts here shortly, and then combat will commence. So, not too much patience required. Of course, if you want to skip forward a minute or 2, I wouldn't blame you too badly. But, well, we can't do that as we're actually in the mechs themselves. Let's get the Blood Asp up on the high ground here. And, okay, we have sight on a couple of turrets of unknown designation. Ooh, double Ultra AC-20. I hope that's not... Well, I hope that's more on our side than against us. We'll have to see. Let's get the Hunchback going right down the pipe. We have heavier armor on that guy, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And let's go around with the Jenner, around with the other Jenner. I like to keep them close by each other, and up cautiously onto the high ground with the Kit Fox. Alright, we'll cast a wide net as we approach this cache. Let's go into the trees here. And I think we have to just go right for it, so let's do it with the Medusa. That's the target zone. We need to get a second mech. Ooh, no we don't. Alright, a little bit crunchy there. This can happen in BTA... Yeah, that can happen in BTA 3062 when a bunch of assets are loading in. Inbound Leopard. Sarah Echo Davis saying about time now to show the Commonwealth what happens if someone decides to fuck with Comstar. Son of a bitch. Okay. This could end poorly, but at least the, it does look like... Oh, wow. There's the entire drop, and they're right where I don't want them to be on the rear arcs of our Jenner 2Cs. Marauder, Mad 5M, Assassin, Whitworth, and a Helipolis carrying sniper artillery. Dang. Alright, so we have to defend the buildings here. We also... We're not fully in combat yet. Oh, we've been blessed with a entirely purple flashman. Okay, so let's get the Jenners out of range of the enemy guns for the first turn. What else can I move? Get the Kit Fox around. That should be fine. The fact that we can't move the Blood Asp again is a problem. We have rear arcs exposed for that, and their avatar, the enemy avatar, has gone in right behind us. So, sorry for the purple aesthetic here on the Flashman. I would have liked to see that chassis, but it does happen from time to time. So, we're moving at 8. Let's reserve a bit. Let them move. Okay, shooting at the turrets. You know, I do kind of want that Arrow 4 turret to die because he's going to hit us. There's not much I can do about it. Okay, 2 more moving at 7. Let's go ahead and let them go. I'd like to slow down that avatar, but I'm not sure if we can do it. Here comes the assassin. Not shooting. Interesting. Not entirely sure why that is. Here's the arrow 4. Oh, goodness. Direct hit on the enemy marauder, so at least it is nice to have some support. Halopolis, sniper artillery. That's a threat. We need to kill that right now, because that artillery will do area of effect damage against all of the buildings, and one more shot like that will start to lose them. Okay, so that's our first target, which sucks because I would have liked to target a couple other things. First, let's get the Hunchback around. Not quite able to get a rear shot on much of anything, okay? Then let's just let them keep going. The Flashman, I shot at him right before he lost his evasion. That is aggravating. Double Ultra AC-20, I would have loved to see those land in. Avatar going in, and we've lost some support. Okay, I mean, I'd rather they shoot at that than at the buildings. And it doesn't look like their positioning is all that smart. Heavy... No! Don't shoot my own mech, please! Oh, goodness. No. Okay. Alright. Not catastrophic yet. We'll see. Don't really like being in the middle of all that flame, and okay, our Blood needs to retreat. We need to get that rear armor back out and away from our opponents. So, let's do that first. Let's move at a sprint up the hill. We should be able to turn around and deck the enemy Flashman for his impudence. Yeah, we're cooking. We're cooking. This mech runs hot at the best of times, and this is not the best of times. We're going to have to go in with double Gauss and a single heavy medium because we're on fire. And doubly on fire, so burning terrain as well. Goodness gracious. Okay. Oh, that's still a kill. Nice. That's probably why you don't ever want double Gauss rifle in your rear arc. But only 4 salvageable parts, so we won't be getting a Flashman today, but I think I have a couple of Avatar parts. If we're careful, we might be able to get that for ourselves. Let's go around here with the new Jenner and show off the heavy AoE flamers, because that's right, we have 4 of them. I told you I had a wicked plan. We have 4 heavy AoE flamers and a Narc launcher all on the same mech, and these should give heat damage to everything around him, plus the Narc with haywire ammunition does reduce his heat sinking and mobility. We land both, very nice, and look at all of that. Yes! 82 heat damage in one go. We're going to shut this guy down, that's the goal. We're going to kill him with our new toys. So, can I get a rear arc on the... Okay, I can't get an unobstructed rear arc on the Marauder, plus, I mean, that would also be nice pieces to have. So what's the best next move? Let's get the Hunchback up and forward, and hopefully this will show off the new power and flexibility of our current equipment. I'm really happy with it, I really am. Okay, so we run a little hot. When we turn off the streaks, we're still cooking just a bit. That's what you expect from this many ER mediums. But let's go in and see what we can do. The streaks are nice. That's the kill. Oh, jeez. And that Hunchback moves at 7:10, by the way. It is not slow. Nothing approaching slow. And I love every minute of it, as you guys can probably hear in my voice. Our Medusa doesn't have the best firing arc here. It's really kind of unfortunate. But we can just go right through the front of the enemy Marauder. Should be able to hold up against that, so let's stop cooking just a bit and turn off one of the SRM-6s. And oftentimes Alpha Strikes are for those vulnerable. You need to hammer through with that little bit of extra damage. They're not really for, well, it depends on your build. Sometimes they can be for Alpha Striking every time, but the range brackets on that are a little bit tricky, so it's not really the most commonly done. It is how I like to operate. I do like to Alpha Strike every turn, but sometimes it's just not practical. So we're going to turn off the ER medium laser, and that's going to spike our Gauss rifle damage back up to 65, because we are ignoring the nearly 40% damage resistance, but not able to land a shot. That assassin is alive and well, which makes me considerably less happy than I could be. So I think he might actually be our Streak SRM-6 target. Let's get a good facing to protect our Jenner 2C, and go in for what's hopefully a kill. 82% chances. Nice damage. Nice. No kill, but we ripped off an arm, and we made that guy very, very unhappy indeed. And now we have a chance to go again. So, I would like to shoot in the back of that assassin one more time, but we're not going to. And we're not going to because we'd be in the way of the heavy AoE flamers if we stay where we are. So instead, we're going to go around to the right. We're going to get a rear shot on the enemy Whitworth 2. 99.1% chance to hit. That's a kill. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Just such devastating effectiveness off the streaks. I love every minute of it. Now we're going to stand still, and this is potentially a bad idea because their Marauder is moving at 7. But I don't think they'll go for us. If they do, the General 2C is in trouble, so this is a calculated risk. But I need to shut down the Helipolis, and that's what we're going to do. Lots and lots of fire damage, automatic shutdown. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted out of that mech. We still have one more able to move at this initiative at 8. Let's Battlelord, and then we're going to see if we can rip life and limb away from that assassin with a frontal Gauss rifle shot. 75. We got into internal structure there, but no kill. And the Marauder's not making us pay. Sometimes the enemy doesn't give up the best fight, which is a little bit disappointing, but you know, such is life. And I think I'd complain more if they did all the time, no matter what the situation, because, well, anyway, it just is what it is. So let's get in here and let's see if we can finish off that assassin. I would like this guy dead. A little bit of collateral damage isn't the worst thing, but I don't really want us to cook, so we're going to turn on the SRMs, we're going to turn on only one of the ER larges, and we are, of course, benefiting from the fact that clan weaponry doesn't tend to have min ranges, and that's what lets me get the extra range large laser online, but that's a nice kill, and not much of that mech left, unfortunately. So now we have our Hunchback, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure what to do with it. We could pound right into the Marauder, that wouldn't be the worst idea. But the other mech is shut down, the Helipolis, which would give us our choice of targets. So we're going to go in and we're going to say, send everything after that cockpit, and if we can kill it, we get the entire mech free. Doesn't look like any joy there, but we did get at least one head hit. Oh, SRM explosion. Okay, that mech's no longer in one piece, so that just is what it is. A little bit of support from our turrets, and that's why we're not standing too close, because one of them is shooting acid mortars, which does appear to have area of effect killed the Helipolis. No complaints about that, though. It's just a little bit of an easier time for us. Let's go in and see what we can do with a bunch of heavy lasers. You know, I'd like to full alpha strike, but unfortunately our biome isn't the best, and we're not the most cooled on this either. So, was that a head kill? Oh no, 4 salvageable parts, not 5. Dagnabbit. Well, that's going to be the entire Op 4, which I will say I'm a little underwhelmed by. The payout on this made it sort of seem like we'd be fighting at least 2 enemy lances, not 1, but I gotta say, showing off the deadliness of our new equipment, I mean, that works for me as well. So that's what we've got for you guys today. Thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.